So I won the die roll, so let's see who's going to take the W here. We have Blue Hybrid versus none other than OTK Red. These are one of the top contenders of the matchups, so I'm quite excited to see what he can do and what I can do. So let's see what his opening hand will be like and what mine will be. My hand is not the best in this situation because I don't have a rookie at the moment, and going second would have been probably more favorable for me. I'm going to bring him to 3. I'm debating actually just slamming down the tie. I was going to debate putting down Takuya, but there was just no reason for it. He flips up Upa, and he's going to go into BT-04 Strabimon, which will help him out a lot. So there's Hammer Spark and Beowulf. He's going to grab the Strabimon so he can probably Digivolve on top of that beautiful Upamon he has just laying there. And he's at 1, so he's going to just draw for turn. I'm going to go to 3 anyway, so this is going to create a lot of good plays. He's going to play Sora and showdown, choking me to 3. I get the Flamemon into my hand, which really will help me out a lot. I'm debating on what to do here because the best thing to do in this situation is to actually memory choke him. So I'm going to Digivolve into the Agunimon. That'll let me warp into the Ancient Greymon later, which will help us out a lot. I'm going to slam down Takuya down, so that'll give him 2. So he won't gain anything off of Sora and Joe because they are not live cards. So we're pretty good there because I have no Digimon out there that have no sources. Since I have nothing, his source lockdowns and stuff like that are kind of null and void at the moment. So he's going to swing in with that beautiful Strabimon. It hits a Gravity Crush. That's okay. I mean, I got another one in the main deck. So let's see. Got a Mat. We got the Takuya out. We're set up for even just warping into Ancient Greymon. So this should be quite good. He goes for the Hammer Spark to get himself to 3, which will help him out. He's going to play Strabimon down, hopefully dig for a blue Tamer. And he has the Magna, and he grabs the Tommy, which can be a really threatening thing if he hits too many Tommies. So he's going to play Koji down. That'll bring me to 3, which I'm okay with. And I'm debating on just going in and clearing out a whole bunch of security at the moment. So it's either promote the Aguni and warp in with the Atomic Inferno in my hand, giving me at least 4 checks, or I'm going to have to bide my time a little bit more and wait for the perfect opportunity to actually clear him outright. So I go with the latter choice. I'm going to go with the Agunimon promotion here. We're going to get him out of raising. Then I'm just going to go kind of ham on him, because even at the worst case, my Digimon dies. We won't have to worry too much. Atomic Inferno. We're going to go guarantee we have an extra power boost here. And then let's see what he can do. I'm quite excited. So we're going to swing in for 2 checks. Well, at the moment, 2 checks. Now officially 4 checks with 13, 17 total. So 17, this ain't dying in any security reality in the slightest. Ooh, Howling, that might be a little troublesome. Then we get the Korikaku, and then we hit a Kuma. So, Kumamon, that's pretty good for our favor right now. The thing is, I have to play around what he's going to do next. I need to memory choke him, and that means I cannot play Ancient Greymon into something. So, I'm debating on possibly Digivolving onto my Takuya, just to go up more. I was even debating on doing Gravity Crush so I can get another attack in, but I'm like, not the best play. But I could also remove some of this threat on board state with the Burning Greymon in my hand. So that's another option I'm thinking about at this point. I think removing one of the Strabis off board is a little more important at this point. So, because he has enough Tamers to go into all his hybrids quite easily. So the best play in this situation is to go with the Gravity Crush. We're going to go into Burning Greymon, pop that one. I don't mind giving him the extra memory at this point, because even if I decide to swing into the Strabi or I go into the security, I have game the follow-up turn no matter what he does. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to go into the security. I think that was the better call. Yes, he has multiple hybrids, but he has no way of getting lethal anymore. So that's like the major game changer here. It's like all I need is a hybrid in hand, and which I already do. So I have nothing to really worry about because next turn I just swing in with Ty to win. Ty will become another one. I give him the 4, and he'll go to 6. I'm going to pop. But I choose not to play the hybrid in my hand because it's better just to wait the follow-up turn. He goes to 6 because of Gravity Crush, and that was very important for him. So he's got a lot of memory to play with, and by a lot, he could possibly win this turn if he has, like, goes into the Magna and then goes completely ham on me. That is like a big possibility here. He's going to go into Kuma, removing my source, which is fine. Hollowing, go back to 6 instantly. So he can go into Beowulfmon. Oh, he goes into Korikaku, locking down my Burning Greymon. Then he goes into Beowulf, which will cost him 3. So that'll bring him to 2. He draws. I mean, what's really nice is that he has no way of winning this turn. So Strabi swings in for 2k. Got a Burning Greymon killing off that Strabi, which is good. Now, let's see. So Beowulfmon activates. He pops, returns my Burning Greymon to hand, giving me another hybrid to work with. So he draws off of Upa's effect. He doesn't gain any memory by the looks of it. And that's the other one. Yeah, this is the other one. He hit an Analog Youth, though, which helps me out a lot. I'm going to grab the Aguni and then trash the rest. So that's looking like a good in our favor kind of moment. Then he goes Hammer Spark to go to 3. Hammer Spark again to go to 4. So we're looking pretty decent here. If he goes into Magna, he gets at least another swing in, which isn't terrible in the slightest. But I still have enough to survive this onslaught of a turn. He plays Strabimon going down to 1. 1, 2, 3. He gets the Davis and then the Strabi. So let's see what he's going to do here. I'm going to go to 3 anyway. Ooh, plays down the Davis. 1, 2, 3. With a Rooney, goes bye-bye. So if I don't win this turn, I'm going to go, Demi, draw with Flamemon. Yes, I extended this play, but I would naturally play this outright if my turns were following. And we'll go to Boko, go to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to grab the Aguni. Even though I had the Burning Greymon in hand, I just wanted to play it outright like if he just killed it. So Aguni swings in for game. That was game 1 for us. So what did you think about game 1? Let me know down in the comments. And let's get into this game 2. Game 2, boys and girls. Let's see what he can do and what I can do. He's got to come back with a vengeful swings. So we're pretty neck and neck on stance on how to play our decks. I'm pretty solid. I will be going, I think, 2nd in this game. So I think since he lost, he chooses. Even in worst case, my hand's actually pretty okay, even going 1st or 2nd, depending on what he wants to do. So he's going to go 1st. He gets that Upa flip. Digivolves into Strabi. Then puts down a Davis to really help me out for 4 memory. Ooh, he's got pretty decent targets. Personally, I would grab the Strabi from BT-04. So we flip up Demimera. Digivolve Flamemon with the Pierce, by the way. This sets us up really nicely. Now, I slammed down Boko to go to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to only get the hybrid. There was no tamer targets, so sadly we don't get anything else. We'll grab the Flamemon. Since he doesn't have anything crazy at the moment, we're pretty solid, which I like. We're going to play down the Flamemon. 1, 2, 3. Sadly, we can't grab the Ancient Greymon, which I just remembered. It is only the Flamemon valid target because Ancient Greymon is not a hybrid. This is why I didn't like BT-4's meta, because that Flamemon was completely useless to grab your ace. So he promotes the Strabi with the Upa. So he'll definitely get some card draw out of this deal. So as long as he swings, he'll get that Upa power of a draw. So he's going to play Strabi down. 1, 2, 3. He gets the Tommy. Nope. You're going to put Tommy at the bottom. And then he's going to grab the none other than Sword Joe. So I'm pretty okay with that. He's at 0, which could mean a big game changer for us. He's going to go Korikaku. He's going to lock down either the Boko. Nope, he chooses the Flamemon. Flamemon cannot swing, which is fine by me. Then we're going to go Agunimon, going to 1. I'm going to debating on swinging with the Boko just to get it out of here. Because if I can get the Boko off board, he won't stun it, which is going to be massive plays here. But I think the best plays are, yeah, Boko into security, to Koji. Well, I'm going to go into Flamemon. Well, Aldermon, sorry. And that'll be passing my turn. At least we have almost full setup for Ancient Greymon if he ever gets into my hand. So, even worst case scenario, we can just hammer him out. He has Upa and then Strabi from BT-07. So, this one's really nice for him. Let's see what else he can do here. He's going to go into Beowulfmon. Go to 0. Because he doesn't have the Tamer underneath. So let's see. Strabi swings in. It is an Agunimon 4K. Swings in. Does he add the card to hand? Who's he bouncing? Draw for Upa's effect. Strabi gains in 1 memory. He adds that. He's going to bounce the Flamemon. And it's a Takuya in my hand, boys and girls. We get free memory next turn. We get a free hybrid evolution. So the question is, how do I take him out? Howling definitely locks down my Digimon here. That's fine by me. I needed 1 more memory to actually do what I needed to do to clear out everything I wanted. But hey, you got to work with what you got, right? Right. So major things we have to cut away from this is that I need to play out a tie at some point. So I don't have one, but I'm going to go with the free evolution. Burning is okay. We're at 8K. Which I should have just went for the swing into his Beowulf, which was a misplay there. If I swung into the Beowulf with my 8K, even though Beowulf's, 7,000 DP, I would have had at least gotten rid of his bigger Digimon. Now I play tie down, he'll go to 3, which is not a problem. I should have just killed off the Beowulf, though. I forget that Takuya actually gains power with his inheritable. So, draws. Promotes up. Let's see what he can do. He's got the Strabi. He's got the Beowulf. He can pop and go to 5, which can definitely really help him out in the long game. Which I hope he has a good amount of gameplay here. So he digivolves that Shirabi into Korikaku for 3, goes to 2, locks down the Bokomon yet again. What is with people hating on the Boko? So, let's see what he does here. He's going to swing into my security. It is a red memory booster. Yeah, let's go. So that can really turn a tide here. That means he has to win this turn, or else I will win next turn. He goes to 4. Sadly, massive misplay happens here. Goes to 0. So, he can choose to bring back the champion back to... He doesn't have the champion. Korikaku does not restand. It's the Magna restands himself. So, if a card's added to his hand. So, he misplayed and whiffed on that. So, that's sad days. But, hey. He's going to swing in to my Magna. With his Magna. He goes up to 1. And because the Upamon's effect saw the draw, he gets a restand out of that. So he swings in, and it's 6k. So if he has another Hammer Spark, he can definitely have me here. But to be honest with you, I just need one more hybrid. I think I'm out of hybrids in my hand, if I remember correctly. I have enough to do the Ancient play, but since the Boko's locked, I have nothing else. Howling brings me to 3. Draw. Promote up. I'm hoping to get that final hybrid I need. So we're going to go into Ancient. We'll go to 0. Draw. All options are shut off, so no howling, no nothing. So I'm going to swing into his Magna. I'm going to swing in at whopping big numbers. And we're going to go 1. Ice Wall doesn't activate, which is a complete thank the goodness. Keep swinging with Pierce. Another one. Another one. Bye-bye. I'm like, I need a hybrid. I'm like, this is where it kind of stuck because I'm like, I have no other outs in this situation because Ancient didn't die. I needed to dig a little deeper. 1, 2, 3. There's the Aguni I needed. Sadly, we didn't get there, boys. Draws for turn. Hatch. He's got it. There's nothing else I can really do in this situation, so he's definitely has game here. Korikaku. And there's the Burning Greymon I was looking for the turn earlier. 6k. And, draws because of the Upa. And then Kumamon. So game 3, let's see what we can do in this game 3. It's all important. This is all for the bread and biscuits, boys and girls. Let's see if I can get the win here. Upamon flip. Digivolves into Starabi to draw himself a card. Plays the Davis down, giving me a whopping 4. There's a Hammer Spark, a complete whiff for Rooney. There is a Tommy at the bottom. We have Demi-Meramon here. I'm going to play Analog Youth. Go to 2. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to grab the Flamemon. We're going to Digivolve on top of my Demi-Mera to Flamemon. So we draw. So that'll help us out in the long run. I'm like, we're going to slam down the tie. So we're going to go to 3 every turn. So there's now equal footing here. So there's nobody in a bad situation. He draws. He moves up his, Starabimon from BT-04. So let's see what happens. I'm pretty excited. I hope for the best here. Sadly, I don't think that Sarabi from BT-05, is quite worth it. I think, yes, the gain of memory does help out in certain situations, but there are just sometimes just not worth it. I think there's just better cards that you can just main deck and just have answers to straightforwards. I think he plays down Sora and Joe, so to try to choke me out. And the best plays I got a red memory boost to dig a little deeper. 1, 2, 3, and I forget there is a fourth card I'm supposed to look at with red memory boost sometimes. Yes, I misplayed with it, but Aguni goes to 3. Upa. There are so many searchers in this deck, it's not even funny. Forget that. Red memory boosters are 4s. There's just a lot of numbers to remember sometimes, and I try my best. So we're already halfway up the ladder. Koji, go to 0. So he has an option to start swinging in. He goes into Kuma, go to 2. We'll go to 3 because of my tie. Draw. Like, do I dig a little deeper? Or do I set up turns? That's like the major question here. Do I dig a little deeper? Just to hope. I'm going to go Flamemon to 0. 1, 2, 3. So we can grab... I'm going to grab the Agunimon or the Flamemon. I'm debating. I go for the Flamemon. It's just a little bit better on the search. So we're just setting up nice things. And then I'm going to Digivolve into Burning to pop the Kumamon, which is the best bet to do in this situation. So that's what our game plan is, to do that. So let's see how far we can go, right? Right. I got a good advantage. I keep the Sora and Joe at bay this whole time, which is good because they can get too crazy. Tommy is active now. Removes all sources. Oof. If he can get into a Korikaku right now, I'll be screwed. So I think this is where he made the big misplay, was that Ice Wall. I mean, I can get out of Burning Greymon. If I can get out of Burning Greymon, I'm fine. So that's like the next big question. Do I get out of the Burning Greymon and go into Aldermon, which is the best bet? I'm going to go to Alder. Since he wasn't able to stun it, that helps out a lot. And then I'm going to probably bring up my Aguni later. So I'm going to pop 2 just so I can mitigate the Ice Wall, so I can just continue playing. So we're going to go Aldermon, swing in for a decent amount of checks here. Since he has a hybrid, he's at a whopping 11 by himself. But that Magna just took him out. And we got Analog Youth activating, which is good. I don't draw off of it. I don't know why I wanted to draw. But I'm just going to go into Aldermon because I was probably thinking ahead with Alder. So I'm setting up here. We got 4 security checks to go through. We're pretty decent. He needs to see a Tommy in that security stack for him to actually win this game. So I'm pretty okay with that. So let's see what he's going to do. He's got plenty of memory to play with. It really comes down to what he thinks he's going to achieve. So go to 1. Draws for evolution. And there's nothing he can stun, so I'm quite happy with that. He could slam down a bunch of Hammer Sparks if he wanted to. So he's going to go to Bale. Go to 1. Well, go to 0. So Beowulf can multi-attack here, so he's going to swing in. Gravity Crush, he's fine. He chose not to activate Beowulf's effect for some interesting reason. I would have at least gotten the Kumamon back and set up more or dug a little deeper, but hey, that's just me. But let's see what he's got up his sleeves. He's been pretty going along with most of everything he's been doing, so I'm pretty proud of him. This is a really hard matchup, especially people that don't know what to do against the red, and if the red player is very confident, it's just a very tough matchup indeed. So, knowing your blue matchup is 9/10 of the battle, and since I know blue extensively enough, I should be fine here. I've been choking out the Sora and Joe because it's just not worth it in this matchup to just fuel the graveyard. Well, fuel the memory onslaught, so blue can just go really crazy wide if you give him too much memory. So you have to choke out the Sora Joe the whole time, or else you're going to lose. But there are some people that are really good. Even when you choke them out, they're just going to win it for the biscuits. So just keep that in mind. So let's see what he's got up his sleeves. Just having a nice conversation with him. So let's see. What do you got? What's he got? He's going to digivolve his Koji into Kuma. Give me 3. It's a tie, which means we go into Ancient Greymon. So we're going to win this by just going into Ancient. Ancient for 3 cost. Go to 0. He has a whopping 5 security checks at a whopping 14k. 14k security checks. Let's see what happens here. And I'm going to pierce into the Beowulf because I actually have Pierce. So at least we got rid of the Beo. So first security check. Not a 14. Ooh, Koji. Starabi. And then Magna. Okay, as long as I have a Gravity Crush, which I do. And all I need is a hybrid. And then I just realized I just wasted a Gravity Crush on nothing because I'm not the brightest person in the world. I screwed that up because technically I didn't have the Tamer in hand. So my best bet is just throwing down the Takuya and just praying I survive the following turn, which is the best bet right now. Because I messed that up. I shouldn't have burned my Gravity Crush because I thought I had another hybrid in him. Sometimes you get way ahead of your thought process. Ancient Greymon does go off, by the way. Well, doesn't die, so Ancient Greymon doesn't die, so we're kind of fine there. We need to go into Emperor next turn, which even if he trashes off the resources, I have the 5 already waiting in grave. So we're set for life here. So, I'm okay with this. I hope he is. There's not many options you have once you're against this wall, and I think I played pretty well. What do you guys think? I think I made the right calls. There are times where you have to make some weird ones. So this one has jamming. This one only costs 1 evolution. This is Kendo, which is nice to have jamming because now he doesn't have to worry about the big guys killing it. So it's a Burning Greymon. That's fine. We don't care if that drashed. So we're pretty okay. So what does he have up his sleeve, boys and girls? I'm excited. I'm just showing him that I do have the 5 for Takuya to go off. Because I know I have Emperor. So he has to win this turn, or else I win the follow-up turn. I mean, he could have easily killed off, made it so Ancient Greymon couldn't swing the following turns. But Kumamon goes to 0, trashes my Demi-Mera from the bottom. So now I don't have extra power boost, but that's fine. Kumamon into security. Ancient Greymon eats his Kumamon. I like to see that. Sadly, you can't get into anything like ancient, you know, anything that can draw him some card advantage or anything like that. Tommy trashed all the sources from my Ancient Greymon. I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. Ancient Greymon is not stunned. And we're just going to finish it with an anime finish. We're going to hatch. We're just going to play it out like we would normally. Digi draw. And, you know, I'm going to swing with the Ancient into his Kendo because it's not stunned. I'm going to remove that off the board. And then anime finish time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 into the Takuya for the Blitz. Emperor Greymon, let's go. So that's how we win the game here. So what did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I really enjoyed this match. What did you guys think? I will catch you in the next video. Peace!